you would recommend that an internal auditor should be reviewed from his performance perspective?
Yeah. Nagesh, I think a good practice is the private meetings which Sundaram referred to. Indeed, in the private meetings that I participate in, the audit committees I sit on, one of the things we ask the CEO, the CFO, with whom also we have separate private meetings other than with the auditors, that what is your view of the performance of these two auditors that we have? So that is one input that comes in. The second input that we look at is we, as members of the audit committee, then we privately meet and make our own assessment as to the quality of the issues that the internal auditor is bringing up, how cogently he presents it, how much of support he seems to have built with management. Because there may be some rare issues on which there's a confrontation and there can be 2 points of view. But mostly, management should agree with what the internal auditor is saying if he's saying something that's to the advantage of the company. So sometimes it's a reflection on the ability of the internal auditor to build consensus, to build support for his point of view. So that is another input that goes in. Also what goes in, and I think that comes to the point again which Mr. Sundaram made, is how often does the internal auditor interact directly with the chairman of the audit committee? He can't interact with everybody. And how much of, what's the quality of that private one-on-one interaction? I think those are the kind of inputs. Then of course, now what Deepak is sort of leading, this sort of formal assessment of quality of internal audit, I must admit that I have not actually seen that happen in any of the companies I am upon, but I would certainly look forward now to bringing that thing to happen, because that would be an important input, I'm sure. But I am at a loss to be able to say.
Would certainly help.
Yeah, sure. So I think, Nagesh, I don't know if I've answered. Those were both your questions, or only one I answered? Both, yeah.
So with that, I would just want to thank all my panel members, Mr. Mirza, Mr. Sundaram, Mr. Nazareth, Mr. Ghosh, for accepting my invitation to be part of this panel. I think we've had a fascinating discussion on a topic that can sort of be wide-ranging yet sort of narrow down. Thank you, gentlemen, and I wish everybody a very pleasant evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put our hands together for our very distinguished panelists, Mr. D. Sundaram, Mr. Naushir Mirza, Mr. Mario Nazareth, and Mr. Deepak Ghosh, and of course our very efficient moderator, Mr. Burzan Dubash. Thank you very much, gentlemen, once again. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the business end of today's proceedings. A big thank you to each of our speakers, our experts, our moderators for their wholehearted cooperation. Above all, thank you very much for being such a wonderfully cooperative and keenly interested audience. We would just like to remind you that we begin at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so please be in by 8:45 so we can start on time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pleasant part of the evening, the gala evening which has been presented by our gold partners, Teammate. I'd like to invite Mr. Mike Evans, Managing Director, Teammate, to share his thoughts with us. Teammate, of course, is a complete solutions for value-added auditing, a powerful award-winning audit management system that has revolutionized the audit process. It's over to Mr. Mike Evans.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. When the committee chairman, Mr. Bhaskar, asked me to speak, I said, well, it's very dangerous because I'm standing between you and some beverages and dinner. So I will keep my comments extremely short. I'd like to thank the organising committee for the opportunity to be sponsors here in Mumbai. Teammate has a long and very outstanding and pleasant relationship with the IAA globally, and we're very happy to continue that relationship here in India. I'd like to thank you for your participation today. I look forward to meeting you over the next day or so. And with that, I'd just like to close by saying I believe that beverages are being served in the next room, is that correct? And that there is a very welcome dinner for you to refresh yourselves with in preparation for tomorrow. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, beverages and starters will be served, And of course, dinner will also be served. So have a lovely evening. We'll see you back at 8:45 a.m. tomorrow. Good evening, and of course, God bless. Thank you.